Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's Profit Retriever Top 10 Results Review, where we are looking back 4 weeks in time. We are looking for the most stable, the most profitable EAs of all the 25 that we are currently running. And as you can see on the first part here, we made more than $12,000 in the past 4 weeks looking at these particular signals here. Things are looking up again here for the Profit Retriever. Last week we made another video like this. We were up at about 13,000. Here we are just a bit short of $400 or $500 from last week, so pretty much stable results all around. And also in this particular video here, we're going to have a look at the top 5 EAs for week 44. And because we have now also finished the month of October, we're going to have a closer look at this. So there's a lot of data and information that you can then use for yourself here to understand which signals are the best ones, which are the most profitable ones, and at the end of the day also the most stable ones, to make sure you can actually create a bit of extra income for yourself. So let's get started. And as you see here on the first picture, we actually have the US 30 index number 2. It is actually filled with both index and metal this time around. As you can see, US 30 number 2 signal managed to do $849 or 8.5% for the week. Closely followed by the other US 30 signal we have. They are two different setups, as I mentioned many times before, $798 or 8.0%. And then we get to the gold section. Gold here is doing quite well for us at the moment, $318 or 3.2%. So for the week, Euro USD is the only currency pair that we have in here, $265 or 2.7%. And then finishing off with silver, which is also a very good one and has already made more than 400%, as you'll see on some of the charts. If you go to our website, $257 or 2.6%. Overall, if you would have traded those 5 signals here for the past week, you would have made $2,486 or 5.0%, and definitely very good results. Obviously, we have seen higher in the past, but let's not get greedy. Quick look at the Profit Retriever month of October, top 5 EAs, some of the same ones as you saw here before, but there is other ones also, and that's again reflection. You will see that also on the top 10 results. They are not all the same here, because one is the full month of October, the other one we are only looking 4 weeks back. So there will be differences in here, but the gold has done extremely well. So for the month of October, $2,154, so 21.5%. So definitely well done to that one. But the FTSE 100 index here, very closely by, only $13 behind with $2,141 or 21.4%. So both of them up there. And if you had just these two in here alone, already you would have made a nice little profit of more than 4,000. Going on to number 3 on the position is a well-known one, Aussie Japanese number 2. Also here it did quite well with $1,852 or 18.5%. And the other signal, Aussie Japanese, again we have 2 signals, 2 different types of setups, but they seem to be cashing in quite well no matter what, $1,707 or 17.1%. And then we have the US 30 number 2 at $1,326 or 13.3%. Overall, these 5 strong signals in here, if you would have basically traded those for the month of October, you would have made $9,180 or 18.4%. And that is definitely approved in our book, and then some. Now you can obviously find a lot more details on our website itself regarding the Profit Retriever. As always, we are carrying the past 4 weeks, similar to actually the videos that we are producing and the one you are watching right now. So Profit Retriever, you can see the top 5 EAs for week 41, 42, 43, and 44 are in here already. So you can go and have a look at that. And we also have the videos below. That is similar to the series that I'm explaining to you right now. Also providing you with a lot of details and information about the Profit Retriever and how well some of the signals are actually working. Furthermore, there's also the monthly report, similar to one that I've shown you now, and that also goes 4 months back. So at the moment on the website, you will actually see July, August, September, and October in here, together with our Profit Retriever portfolio overview. So the button you have right in the middle of the screen, you can go and follow every single signal we have in here. And we also provide you with a bit of details that if you want to trade some of these signals, what we suggest that you should put in here in the amount of money. Again, this is not trading advice. You have to sort this out yourself, but this is basically our experience that we are trying to provide some details to make sure that you can sleep safely at night. Obviously, we also have the individual ones there, so you can go and have a look at individual signals in order to dissect the entire portfolio. And that is also something that a lot of people do, pick and choose simply the best indexes. They can also pick and choose different type of currencies, so they are not related to each other. Makes perfect sense, and that's what this video here is all about, figuring out which ones you can actually use, and we can show you our experience. Now let's go to the top 10 account results for the week. The Excel looks like it's always doing here, so we're starting off number 1 to 10 on the left hand side. The accounts itself, so at this time it's both metal, index, and the normal currency forex pairs. We have the individual links, so if you want to link up to the copy service of Expert Forex and Alex, those are the links that you have to use in here. Last week's results were on the list from previous weeks. Did they move up? Did they move down? And we also put a bit of color on it, so it's easier for you to see. And then we have week 41 to 44 up here, showing you how well things have been doing if they are in a drawdown. And then the total sum and the total percentage in here. So if we have a look at the first one, we are looking at gold. As you saw here before, gold was doing extremely well. Link 141C, it was number 2 last week, it has now pushed itself forward here. And you can see the reason why it's doing extremely well at the moment. Week 41, 42, and 43, it's been all around the $600, $700 mark. And then in week 44, actually a bit on the low side with only $317, but total sum $2,426 or 24.27%. Definitely up there, and obviously also as the best. Number 2 is the index, the US 30 number 2, 107C. It was number 5 last week. And as I mentioned before, this is a typical index that basically takes a nap for a week or two, as you can see for 42 and 43. And then it comes back and cashes in big time. And it did that in week 41. And again in week 44, again with $800 and $900. Overall for that month, $1,700, or for the 4 weeks, $1,756, or 17.57%. So never discouraged just because it takes a week or two to get the cash in. Normally it will come back. We have seen that for hundreds of days here now. Then we have the silver in third spot. Nice to see that one back, cashing in. Very old link, as you can see, 17C. It was number 6 last week. So again, it moved up, and you can see the reason why. $489, 173, so a bit low on week 42. Week 43 was 627 and then 256. So again, it varies a bit, but it still managed $1,546 or 15.46%. So still going very strong. We have the second index, which is the FTSE 100, always competing with the US 31 here. The FTSE 100 is link 101C. It was number 1 last week. And you can see it has had to move down the rank all the way to 4th position. Again, because it had a very low week in week 44 here, but it has been cashing in every single week. So nice to see that the index can actually be stable from time to time. Overall, it did $1,406, 14.06%. So definitely still up there with the best. Last but not least, in 5th position here, Aussie Japanese number 2 link, one of the more popular ones and keep cashing in. 129C, it was number 3 last week, but it has been pushed down by some really good results from the ones above, as you can see. And it did 196 in week 41, 187, 808, really good week here for week 43. So well done. And then week 44 was definitely a disappointment with only $10, but still it managed $1,201 or 12.02, and that actually also ends up the top 5 overall. So if we have a look on the right hand side, we can see that the top 5 results in here that both cover metal, index and the currency forex pairs, we would have made $8,388 or 16.68%. And that is pretty much where we normally are. So again, it's all about the stability. Going to number 6, we have the other US 30 in here, which is an older link than the one you saw before, link 53. It was all the way down here in 15th position, so really nice jump forward. And you can see again that due to the index and the way the nature is, week 41 was only $43. Then it made good on that, $264 in week 42. Then it dropped off again here in week 43. And then it has come back with a vengeance of almost $800 in week 44. So well done. Jumped up to 6th position and $1,105 or 11.06% makes it into the 6th position. The other Aussie Japanese signal is in number 7, 98C. So this one here, also a very popular one, has been around for a long time. Was number 4 last week, but it has also been pushed down. Week 41 was okay with $212. Then we had a slower one in $129 in week 42. Really good week for week 43 with $707. And then another disappointing, and funny enough, very similar to the Aussie Japanese number 2 signal, as you can see. We had to double check if these were actually correct, but yes, both of them made $10.44 for this particular week, and still it managed to come in 7th spot, a bit lower than the counterpart with $1,060 or 10.6%, but still very much where it's supposed to be. Number 8 is the British Pounds USD, link 73C, also very popular link. Not so hysterical, not so much profit necessarily. It was number 10 last week, so up to 8, which is good. And you can see it keeps cashing in $149, $250, $305, and then week 44 also a bit on the low side, $167. But overall, again, for the 4 weeks, $873 or 8.74%. So in there still with the best. Aussie US CAT number 9, 74, also old link in here, was number 11 last week, and most probably because of week 43 was a bit low with $132. But as you can see, it's normally in the $200 range every single week, making up $814 or 8.15% at the end of the day. The last one is the index in number 10, the Aussie 200 index, link 147C, so that's a newer one. And that one was in number 7 last week. It is dropping a bit down, and that has something to do with obviously week 43 and 44. It is in a drawdown at the moment, but you can see before in week 41 and 42 still made $481, $303, and overall over the month still good, $784, 7.85%. So definitely a very good spot to be at. If we have a look at the individual weeks, we can have a look at week 41. If you would have taken those 10 accounts here for that week, you would have made $3,657 or 3.66%. So very good average, definitely. Week 42 was actually a bit more on the low side, a bit of a drop here at $2,918 or 2.92. And then we see week 43 was the best one in the past 4 weeks with $3,758 or 3.76%. And then week 44 again is the lowest one of them all at $2,642 or 2.64%. And that ends up with the total sum that if you would have traded those top 10 results that we show you here today over the past 4 weeks, and we get everything together, basically you would have made $12,977 or 12.98%. And we are certainly loving that. That is close enough for us. That is a very good return, and that also means that you can basically provide a new account again for an additional $10,000 and continue to trade even more of the signals. Now you can have a look at our individual videos going back. We do have a bit of a gap, as you can see here, between week 43 and 39, because basically we were busy with other projects in here. But overall, you can see that we are getting close to a very nice level again. 12,000 this week, 13,000 last one, and then 10, 9, and 9. So going all the way back to week 37 means that the profit retriever is stable and has been stable for a very long time. So it's simply about figuring out which ones you actually want to bet on in here, which ones are the signals that you want to have a look at. And the best way to do that is having a look at some of the videos that we are presenting to you here today, and also going through our website. But don't forget that the risk and obviously that are involved in Forex, it is still your own business, so you do your own due diligence here. You have a look and analyze. You and you alone are responsible for your own trading, your own investments into this. But we are definitely trying to help you the best way we can to show you that the profit retriever can be profitable over long periods of time. And we are getting close to now trading this one here for about 600 days. I believe that will come up sometime next week. So that is quite impressive. We have also managed to double the equity in here at the same time. From 10,025 accounts, we are now up to 500,000. So again, even though that we will lose an account from time to time, which is part of the strategy and risk that we have to put in there, then things are still moving very much forward. So well done, and we love the profit retriever here. So definitely you will see a lot more videos from us in the future. We like the way that we do this, and we can also see that some of the people are contacting us by emails, showing us that this is a very good way of showing which ones are the ones that are actually producing the best results over time. So we will continue this, and we will also actually expand now to some of the new robots from Expert Forex and Alex, and there will be news for that very, very shortly. Even our website will be updated to accommodate for some of these things, and you can then have an even bigger pick of what type of EAs you want to trade with in the future. So until my next video, I hope you have time to review, and please give us a thumbs up and a like, and I'll see you hopefully on one of the next videos. Bye bye.